The 2012-2013 season was an incredible journey, but most of all, it was a great reward for our terrific supporters who stuck by the club through some difficult times, but never stopped believing. So sit back, enjoy, and let's relive the journey.
This is the story of how the 2012-13 season will go down as one of the most memorable in the history of Bradford City. A decade of frustration, 6 years in the bottom tier, and 2 seasons of fighting to stay in the Football League. Trips to the likes of Accrington, Stanley and Barnet have become all too familiar, but under Phil Parkinson, it was all about to change. The journey began on a summer's afternoon at Meadow Lane for a Capital One Cup first-round match against Notts County. And it was James Hanson who netted the winner in extra time. A week later, and buoyed on by that success, City opened their league campaign at the eventual champions Gillingham. Miles Weston, he's away down the left-hand side now. Kedwell's in the middle, he looks to go on the outside of McCardle, goes for goal and scores. It's a stunning finish from Weston across the goalkeeper, and that wraps up the 3 points now with 3 minutes to go. So a 3-1 defeat and thoughts of here we go again, but the next 2 games, both at home, gave City the chance to get off the mark, and they did so in style. Hanson again delivering in a 1-0 win over Fleetwood. Maybe slips there as the ball comes in towards the back post. Free header for Hanson, and he scores! The breakthrough at last, big James Hanson. City ahead with 14 minutes of this second half played. James Hanson with a bullet header from Gary Jones's corner kick. The first goal here at Valley Parade of the season, and it had to be James Hanson. And then a first half destruction of Wimbledon. All over the top, Naki Wells is onto it, goes around the goalkeeper, empty goal, can he finish? Yes he can! City ahead with just over 2 minutes played. Naki Wells with his second goal of the season. Right to the far side, in comes the cross, chance back post, and the defender has put it into his own net. Curtis Haynes-Brown, signed on loan this week, making his debut for AFC Wimbledon, has scored an own goal. Keeper's missed it and it's gone in, and City have got a third goal, a comedy goal. He's right-footed, good ball. Hanson with a downward header and it's in, and it's Rory McCardle from close range who's turned it home. And for the second successive game, AFC Wimbledon concede 4 goals in the first half. Stands it up towards Hanson, who helps it towards goal and scores a looping header from James Hanson. It's that combination of Wells and Hanson that delivers again, and City has scored an incredible 5 goals in this first half. They're going to win this game at a canter. With confidence restored, City were back in Capital One Cup action, this time at Watford. And they were on their way out after Ikechi Anya put the hosts ahead with 90 minutes on the clock. But a stunner from Kyle Reid. Reid will strike it! What a goal from Kyle Reid! He has thumped that into the top corner like a rocket! And a dramatic 94th minute winner from Gary Thompson put the Bantams into the third round. It's to the right of goal. It's a crossing rather than a shooting chance. And it's played again, straight to the arms of the keeper who gives it away. It's a chance, and it's in! City has snatched it right at the death!
Oh dear.
What a finish! I think it was Gary Thompson. It came back to him. He volleys it home in the 4th minute of added time. Drama. It's another away win in the Cup for City. And it's another side from a higher division who are going to get knocked out. Watford 1, City 2. And we've already played 4.5 minutes of stoppage time. The referee looks at his watch. We are dealing in seconds here. So all eyes quickly turn to the draw. Burton Albion at home at the end of September. The 2 lowest ranked sides pitched against each other. A typical City Cup draw. The first big Yorkshire derby took place at the New York Stadium with Rotherham, and tensions were high with Steve Evans and that brawl with Crawley still fresh in the memory. The stage was set, but the 90 minutes were painful for the City faithful. This could be a shooting chance for Rotherham from distance, and they score with their first strike of the game. That's flown in. Matt Duke never moved. Goes it to Evans, comes in field, he'll hit this, and he scores. Matt Duke beaten at his near post, and that really does wrap it up.
I'm choked for them, absolutely choked, because we've got a real
positive feel around the ground at the moment, and about the way that the squad we've put together, and it was a good day for us to show our supporters that we stepped in the right direction. We took a step back today, but it is only a step back, but we'll come out fighting next week at Accrington.
The Bantams quickly got that out of their systems, drawing at Accrington and securing back-to-back wins over Barnet and Morecambe, before picking up their first 3 points on their travels at Oxford.
It's another corner which Gary Jones will take. Plenty of movement, and it comes. Hanson's in there, and so is Andrew Davis, and City have scored. Andrew Davis with a bullet header from close range. We have played 6 minutes of the second half, and City deservedly ahead.
Once again, attention turned to the Capital One Cup as the Burton game approached, knowing that a win would see them into the last 16 and a tie against the top Premiership side. They did it the hard way in the end, coming from 2 down to beat the Brewers after extra time.
He's just going to zip away off the surface. He's managed to keep it in on the far touchline, puts the cross in, it's a chance, and they score with their first real serious attempt on goal of the evening. It came back towards the edge of the box, and it's absolutely lashed home. I think it's Jack Dyer, is it, that's got it? Corner kick, swung him right-footed towards the back post. They're queuing up, and it's off the line. Or is it? No, the goalkeeper couldn't get there, and the linesman's got his flag up, and it's been given. A header at the back post, and City let the runner get free at the back post. And they're 2 down here. Oh, that's a good ball to Wells. He's in the box. He'll hit this. It's a great strike. Angle on the top corner. And City are back in business. Naki Wells. What a finish that is. 2-1. And City, can they snatch an equaliser? 7 minutes to go. Headed up into the air, and City have got loads of bodies in there. McConnell with the overhead, and he's hit off the post. Naki Wells has got the equaliser. The substitute celebrates in front of the fans, and the pressure has told. It's been one-way traffic in this second half. Naki Wells, it's 2-2, and we're heading for extra time. It's with Derby. He's going to hit this from distance, and it's taken a deflection, and it's in. Stephen Derby, the fullback, with a long-range strike, and City might well have won this with 6 minutes to go. It's City 3, Burton Albion 2.
Again, the anticipation was at fever pitch as the draw was made. This time, Wigan away. Not exactly a glamorous tie, but you felt that if City could put a shift in, they might just be able to get through. The Bantams again brought their season back down to earth the following league game, suffering their first home defeat of the season at the hands of Port Vale.
Gary Jones with a backward header there, and he's played it straight to Pope. This is a chance for Port Vale, and he's put it in the net. They're ahead. Gary Jones, the captain, with a mistake. He's got his head in his hands, and City have dominated this first half. They should have had a penalty kick a couple of minutes ago. But with 8 minutes to the break, Port Vale lead by 1-0.
It was the start of a slide that saw draws at Rochdale and at home to York, with a 4-3 defeat at Dagenham sandwiched in between. City knocked Hartlepool out of the Johnson's Paint Trophy on penalties. That came after a 0-0 draw. Sound familiar? So the season moved on, and the Bantams won their next 2, beating Cheltenham.
This is a chance for Meredith, and he's put it in the top corner. What a great team goal that is.
And then Northampton away by a single goal.
So Hanson flicks it, looking for Wells, is he in? Naki Wells has scored again, 10 for the season. He did it here last season, he got a hat-trick, and he's got the opening goal tonight. 7.5 minutes of the second half played. Northampton 0, City 1. It's that man again, Naki Wells.
But defeat at Burton was a turning point, with Ricky Ravenhill seeing red and Andrew Davis picking up an injury that threatened his season. Luke Oliver limped off that day as well. His season was over. But then came what could be described as the defining moment in the Capital One Cup run. With 5,000 fans in tow, City knocked Wigan out on penalties after a goalless 120 minutes, and the team started to believe they were on the cusp of something very special.
Managed to poke it straight to Watson, who gives it to Gomez. It's a terrific pass from him. He's cut open the City defence, and Matt Duke with a wonderful save. He's managed to get a hand on that and take it off the toe of Baselli, and that was a wonderful intervention from the keeper. Good work from Hanson and Wells. They've almost forced a mistake. Can Wells get in? Oh, he was so close. The goalkeeper, Ali Al-Habsi, had to come sliding out, and he knocks it out for a throw. Naki Wells so close to nicking that and putting City ahead. Connell,
go on, son!
From Hines. This is way down the right-hand side. Savon Hines.
Go on, take him on the
Hanson in support,
Watson.
but he might be able to go all on his own. He's one-on-one edge of the box. Savon Hines goes on the outside.
Finish.
Can he finish?
Yeah,
oh, the
my
goalkeeper's
God,
made the
post.
save, and that might well have been the moment for City. Savon Hines
my God,
carried
he's
it
in
from
the post.
halfway. He skipped past Watson, and the goalkeeper makes the save. He gets back to his feet
Oh, my
with his
God.
head in his hands, and that would have been a platform for City to hang on for the final 15 minutes.
What's a chance, by the way.
Played 5 minutes of the added time. This is a chance. Gomez is through, and he's put it wide of the target. How did he miss?
Wow. Come on, Doyle.
Nathan Doyle, the captain, scores! City are ahead in the shootout.
Come on, then.
Come on, Dukey. He has had a wonderful night, Matt Duke. Can he save this? Jones against Duke, and he scores. One apiece. Gary Jones.
Come on.
Up against Ali Al-Habsi. Gary Jones, right-footed. He's scored. He tucks it away into the bottom left-hand corner. That is a fantastic penalty. And he turns and he salutes the City supporters, and they are on their feet. 5,000 of them. Ben Watson to level it for Wigan. He strolls up.
Come on, Jukey.
Towards the edge of the box. It's the City fans you can hear.
Come on, Jukey. I'm going to go for keeper's left here.
Ben Watson against Matt Duke. He makes himself big, the keeper, and it's straight down the middle, and Wigan score. It's 2 apiece.
Jukey went to his left as well.
Stephen Darby for City. Yes! He scored! It's another great penalty. And he turns and he salutes the fans as well. It's 3-2 to City.
Maloney will miss.
And Maloney will take the next one for Wigan, and Dino says he's going to miss.
Come on! Dukey will save one.
What a night it has been here at the DW Stadium. Dukey's big. Maloney steps up and he's missed! Sean Maloney has missed! And City lead 3-2 in the shootout. Alan Connell, make yourself a hero.
Score, please.
He scores in the top corner, Alan Connell! And the City players are celebrating. They are nearly there. They lead 4-2.
If he misses this,
he has to score.
Come on, Jukey, you'll save this. Look at the crowd, by the way. Come on.
City leading the shootout 4-2.
Come on, Jukey, save it.
The left footer
Jukey, save
against Duke.
Save it.
He steps up and it's City have knocked them out. City are through to the quarter-finals of the League Cup. Everybody is on their feet. Matt Duke is being chased down the touchline. What a night. The fans, 5,000 of them, are going absolutely wild.
Just set the lads in the dressing room that the supporters we had tonight, you know, Dino's with you, he knows what the support's like at the club. That's why everybody came to this club, because of the support we can get, and that's just a taste of it. And you know, the momentum, I can feel it building in the city and in and around the club, because the supporters are beginning to see we've got a decent side.
That high transferred itself to the league and the FA Cup, losing just one of the next 8 games in November that saw City play out 2 draws and a penalty shootout win over Northampton, a draw with League One Brentford in the FA Cup, and league wins over Aldershot and Plymouth. City were also making good in the Johnstone's Paint Trophy. A 2-0 win at high-flying Port Vale was quickly followed up by a home win over Torquay.
Going to break for Connolly, strikes it. Oh, what a goal! Sensational strike on the half volley, and City will get what they richly deserve this afternoon. Alan Connell, the super sub, with an emphatic finish.
And then on a cold night in Bradford, Arsene Wenger brought his team of internationals north. The Capital One Cup draw was kind this time, and in front of a sellout crowd, Arsenal became City's most high-profile cup victims in recent times.
15 minutes played, 0-0 at Valley Parade on Pole Sport. Gary Jones on the free kick, swings it in, it's a chance, is it? Yes! City have scored! At the back post! It's a wonderful finish! And the Boltons ahead against Arsenal in the Capital One Cup!
Oh, look at that, Sticks!
Gary Thompson at the back post with the finish. I said the roof would come off if City scored. Well, I think the roof has come off.
Wow.
City 1, Arsenal 0.
Wow.
Cazorla will take it over on the far side. Swings it in. Heads go up.
Brilliant.
Headed clear. Back to Cazorla. It's going to come back in the mix again here. Arsenal plenty of bodies in. And he comes back post and they score. A back post header. And it's Vermaelen, the captain, that's got it. With 3 minutes to go, Arsenal have equalised, and this game could be heading for extra time.
Come on, that's it. Blow your whistle. Yes!
He blows his whistle. What an effort! What a monumental effort! City from League 2 have taken Arsenal from the Premier League to a penalty shootout. Nathan Doyle to take the first one in the shootout. He steps up and he scores. Santi Cazorla, what a first season he's had for Arsenal.
Come on, Matt.
Matt Duke
Come on, Matt.
in the goals.
Come on,
Cazorla steps up and Duke saves it! Wow!
What did I tell you? What did I tell you?
Come on, Gary Jones. Gary Jones scores! Malo and Shamak for Arsenal.
Come on, miss. Come on, Juki.
The Moroccan steps up. And he saved it! Or did it hit the post? He's missed anyway. It's hit the post. Stephen Darby, he's been here before as well against Wigan.
Come on.
Chesney's got close to two of them.
Come on.
Massive penalty for Derby. He steps up and he saved it. Jack Wilshere, best player on the night. Wilshere, he scores. Great penalty from him. Richie Jones, can he score? Can he book City's place in the semi-final of the Capital One Cup? If he scores, City are through and he's missed. It's a poor penalty. He misses. And Arsenal have got a chance to get out of jail again. And it's going to be Thomas Vermaelen. He rescued them in normal time. Can he rescue them in the shootout? Vermaelen still has to score.
He'll be thinking about that.
Thomas Vermaelen has to score. And he's... And City are through! The captain misses for Arsenal! One of the biggest results in the club's history! City are through to the Capital One Cup semi-final!
Can't believe it. They're on the pitch, look. Oh my God.
Can't believe
Look at this, look.
Oh my God.
Absolutely incredible scenes. Phil Parkinson is on the pitch. He salutes the supporters. What a result. An incredible night. And City are one round away from Wembley.
Oh my days.
I can't believe it. I cannot believe it. I can't believe it.
Incredible.
Incredible, by the way. Look at it.
City ahead with Gary Thompson's goal on 15 minutes. Pegged back by Vermaelen. But he couldn't rescue them in the shootout. He had to score. He hits the post. And I'll tell you what, some of the City players are walking around
In disbelief, bro.
absolute disbelief. It's head in your hands time. What does this mean for the club? It means a big payday, but it also means that they have a chance of getting to Wembley. Look around the ground, soak it up, because days like this do not come around very often. We might not see this again in our lifetime. City have knocked Arsenal out of the Capital One Cup. There are people on the ground, on the pitch. They can't believe it. I don't think the players can believe it. This is one of the biggest nights in the club's history.
Some of the quality of our football was excellent, and I'm sure tomorrow the talk will be about the penalty shootout, but I don't want it to be. I want it to be about the performance. You know, we've taken Arsenal's best team 1-0 up with 3 minutes to go, and then had to dig in again to get through extra time. So enormous credit to the lads. We've got a great group of players, and I'm very proud of them.
So City in a major cup semi-final. Wembley? Well, surely not. Back to the bread and butter then, and a draw at Southend was followed by a 4-2 defeat at Brentford in their FA Cup replay. City finally bowing out of a cup competition, but only after extra time. A mixed holiday period saw the Bantam snatch a 2-1 win over Accrington.
Reed whips it in. Connell! He scores! Alan Connell with a downward header.
But lose disappointingly 4-2 to Rochdale.
Heading towards goal. It's a looping header. That's going to creep in. And Matt Duke has been caught out there. Terry Gornell has looped the header over the keeper. And the 2-goal cushion is restored here for Rochdale. It's City 2, Rochdale 4.
At the turn of the year, City drew at Morecambe 0-0 and slipped up at Barnet 2-0, meaning the Bantams had dropped back in their quest for promotion. But all eyes now were on the Capital One Cup semi-final first leg against an Aston Villa side that was struggling in the Premier League. Villa had lost 8-0 at Chelsea and 4-0 at home to Spurs since the draw was made, and City took full advantage of their defensive frailties.
So it's a corner, right-hand side in front of the TL Dallas stand. Gary Jones will swing it in. It's a deep one towards the back post. It's half cleared, still in there. Benteke gets it, and then it comes to Hines, who hits it into the ground. Could be a chance!
Yeah!
And it's in the back of the net! And City have scored! And it's Nicky Wells!
What did I tell
Takes
you?
it home for his 16th of the season, and it's lift off at Valley Parade. 18 minutes played. The incredible. Could it be about to happen? Could City be on their way to Wembley? It's City 1, Villa 0. Gary Jones again swings it in. It's a decent ball. That Hansen with a header. And it breaks in the box for Naki Wells. Gives it back to Gary Jones. Another bite of the cherry here for City. And it comes. Oh! Yes! Yes! And it's Rory McCardle. And City, it's another step closer to Wembley. The dream is on! Would you believe it?
Would you believe
Rory McCardle and City have got to keep their composure. They've got to keep their cool because they are in with a great chance now of knocking Villa out. They lead by 2 goals to 0. This could be a chance for Villa. Duke can't get there and they've scored. It's clipped in from close range. And it's a lifeline for Villa. Gary Jones swings it in towards the back post. McHugh has scored! The dream of Wembley could be about to become a reality because City look like they're going to take a 2-goal cushion to Villa Park for the second leg. McCardle with the second, McHugh with the third.
What's a goal?
What a night! And Wembley, surely not, but who knows? 3-1 City lead. Well, it's all over, and City will take a 2-goal lead to Villa Park.
Wow.
What a night at Valley Parade. City lead by 3 goals to 1, and they now have a realistic chance of getting to the Capital One Cup final.
As we dared to dream of Wembley, the Bantams lost at home to Oxford and then fell at Crewe in the Johnstone's Paint Trophy by a flattering 4 goals to 1. Crucially, the next Saturday fixture fell foul of the snow and was postponed, and that left Phil Parkinson's side free to concentrate on Aston Villa away. Could they do it? Could they surprise everybody yet again?
90 minutes away from a major cup final. 3-1 City lead from the first leg. Can they finish the job tonight? Into the feet of Bennett. Gets his head up, he'll whip the cross in. In it comes, it's a great ball, and it's in. Benteke with the goal for Aston Villa. They're back in the tie. Benteke from close range. And the Villa faithful are on their feet. They believe that their side could be going to Wembley. Villa lead by a goal to 0. In towards the back post, Benteke sends it! Yes, James Hansen! James Hansen has broken his goal drought. He has gone 9 games without a goal. What a time to score! Is that a goal that will take City to Wembley? It's Aston Villa 1, City 1. 90 seconds to go. Bent wins it, knocks it on for Wyman. This is a chance for Villa, and he scores. Villa back in it. But time is against them. Can they find the goal that will take this to extra time? Wyman puts the ball back on the centre circle. We have just over a minute to go, plus added time. Delph lumps it forward. Last chance. Derby clears up towards halfway. Gary Thompson's there. Finds Atkinson. Oh my goodness me. City have done it. This is incredible. This is fantasy football. City from League 2 have made it to the Capital One Cup final.
Never before had a 4th-tier side reached a Wembley Cup final, and only Rochdale had previously reached a final way back in 1962. History had been made, and Wembley fever came to Bradford. Back to league action, and 1 draw, 2 defeats and a win at Wickham in February meant that City were not out of the playoff race yet.
It was Nathan Doyle who set the ball rolling with a goal inside the opening minutes. He's got a chance here to add a 3rd, which will surely mean all 3 points. Nathan Doyle steps up and he scores! Tucks it away in the bottom right-hand corner. And City, who bossed this game, are going to get the 3 points they richly deserve. What about this for a scoreline? Wickham 0, City 3.
Finally, after all the hype and expectation, a trip to Wembley to face Swansea in the Capital One Cup final. Once again, in front of a global audience and over 82,000 fans, City walked out at the home of football. And although the result didn't go our way, nobody will ever forget that day.
That's the referee's whistle. We are on the way at Wembley for the Capital One Cup final. Can the Bantams deliver on the big stage? Tamichu on the edge of the box, gets his head up, strikes. Duke makes the save, but they score from the rebound. It's Dyer from close range. And Swansea ahead in the cup final with 15.5 minutes played. It's City 0, Swansea 1. Goes with Britton, who finds Michu. McHugh's backed off him here and he strikes for goal and he scores. That is an absolutely clinical finish from the Spaniards. Could be a chance for Swansea at the other end. It's a little 1-2. Dyer on his left foot, he hits it and he scores. That's game over. Finds Michu, knocks it forward. Lovely football, Michu slides the cross in and it's a chance and it's wide of the target. Duke with a challenge. And the referee has given a penalty kick.
Send them up.
And I think it's a red card for Matt Dew. And the Dutchman, de Guzman, is ready to go here. Steps up and scores into the bottom right-hand corner. It's 4 for Swansea. Hernandez, in comes the cross. Body's in there and they score now. It's tucked in at the near post. The Cardinal on the edge of the 6-yard box, and that's going to go out for a throw on the far side. And that's the full-time whistle. It is all over at Wembley. A handshake between Phil Parkinson and Michael Laudrup. But what a journey it has been for the Bantams. The road to Wembley, simply sensational, but a disappointing end this afternoon.
So after that disappointment, it was all about the playoffs as the business end of the season grew close. And there was hope after a 2-0 win at York.
Thompson's onto the loose ball, there's a mistake. Gary Thompson, surely! Oh yes it is, Gary Thompson scores! He celebrates in front of the 2,000 Bradford fans. And City are going to register a much-needed win. They had to win today to keep alive hopes of the playoffs. The momentum is building. Can it take City all the way to Wembley again? York 0, City 2.
The draws at Port Vale and Plymouth and a home draw with Aldershot left the Bantams' hopes hanging by a thread. Then a 4-1 reverse at playoff rivals Exeter, and surely the game was up. The deficit to 7th was now at 11 points. So one last push was required and City wouldn't give up until it was a mathematical impossibility. And the 1-0 win against Wycombe started a run of just one defeat in the final 9 games of the regular season.
Header across goal, surely it's blocked on the line, does he know it's in? Gary Thompson with the strike. The defender did his best to keep it out, but City have got the early goal they've been craving, and they're ahead with 7 minutes played. City 1, Wycombe 0. Wells finds Thompson, who digs out a cross towards the back post. Hansen! Yes! James Hansen with the header. He scored in back-to-back games, and that was a flowing team goal down the right-hand side. Hansen, Wells and Thompson in the build-up, and Hansen with the finish. City lead by 3-1, and we've only played 2 minutes of the second half. Always one over the top, as he's wanting Naki Wells to chase. Keeper comes out, he's not going to get there, they collide, and surely Naki Wells, yes! Naki Wells scores! From about a foot out, confusion between goalkeeper and defender, and Naki Wells was onto it like a flash, and City lead Northampton by a 1-0. Davies gets his head on it again, referee blows on his whistle, it's all over. Massive 3 points for City. They are right back in it now for the playoffs. Wells is going to chase this down, he might get to it, and he does, and he plays it forward for Gary Thompson, who's through down the middle. Gary Thompson, can he finish? Yes he can, through the goalkeeper's legs. It's all over here as well. City have won by 4-1, and they are into the playoff places, into the top 7. We dare to dream, and it comes. It's headed clear, Ravenhill strikes, and it's in! Ricky Ravenhill with the goal for the Bantams! Is that the goal that will help City into the playoffs? The fans are bouncing up and down!
All that left just 2 games to go. City had forced themselves into the reckoning, and it was now in their own hands. A win over Burton with an Exeter defeat would mean that City had made it against all the odds, and it was nervy, but certainly worth it.
Wells slides it infield to Darby, who's in a pocket of space in the box, strikes across goal, and it's cleared off the line. Stephen Darby has scored the winner in the cup against Burton, almost getting on the score sheet again. Finds Magoma, who's a bit of time and space here. He drives between players and he's into the box. This is a chance. Magoma hits it. That is a world-class save from Johnny McLaughlin, and he puts it behind for a corner. One ball forward, which Hansen and Wells will chase. There's hesitancy. Wells is in, and he puts it straight at the keeper. Hansen! James Hansen was following up, and he grabs his 13th goal of the season. And how important could that goal be? City lead, and are they heading into the playoffs? Referee's got his whistle in his mouth, and everybody jumps to their feet because City are in the playoffs. They've won by a 1-0. Exeter Leicester have lost by a goal to nil, and this will not be the final home game of the season. We will be back here for the playoffs for a semi-final, and who knows, maybe another trip to Wembley.
The final game of the season was a 0-0 draw at Cheltenham, both sides taking it easy as their playoff campaigns loomed. City lost the fit again Andrew Davies to some now familiar bad refereeing. 2 yellow cards meaning he will be out of the playoff semi-final. First leg.
Flashing gets shoved in the back by Davies. Davies could be in bother here. The referee comes racing over. They're calling for a red card.
This is why you've got to be careful. He's called him over.
He's called him over. It was just a nudge there, wasn't it? He's going to send him off. It's a second yellow card for Andrew Davies, and he's off. A red card for Davies. I think that's a nonsense, to be honest.
At 90 minutes, we knew that the Bantams will be facing Burton in the semi-final, and expectations were high. City, no fear, but Calvin Zola stole the show to give Burton the edge.
Magoma's picked up possession here for Burton. Puts the cross in. It's a decent ball, and it's a header, and it's in the back of the net. Calvin Zola has got the goal for Burton Albion. Zola will pick it up right on the edge of the 18-yard box. He's out wide, but he's running at the defence. He'll hit this, and he's going to score. They backed off, and Calvin Zola has unleashed a ferocious drive, and the City players are looking round. They know they have a mountain to climb now. Darby's there to send it back in again. Nelson flicks it on. Could be a chance for Hansen. Great chance for McCardle. It's miskicked. He's still alive. Handball! The referee has given a penalty kick. And that is a lifeline for City with 9 minutes to half-time. This is a pressure kick for Nahki Wells. Wells steps up and he scores! Nahki Wells with a crucial goal, and City are back in this playoff. Long ball forward by O'Connor, and they've got a runner in here. McDonald will pull it back. It's a great chance, and they score again. And it's Robbie Weir, the midfield player. Nobody tracked McDonald down the right-hand side. There was no one anywhere near Weir.
Gary Thompson's late strike did give the Bantams some hope.
Driving into the box, strikes it! What a goal from Gary Thompson! An absolute screamer! And City are back in it. Gary Thompson will not score a better goal in his entire career.
But they would have to overturn a 3-2 deficit to reach Wembley once again.
It's a high noon showdown. The stage is set. One of these two sides will be at Wembley on Saturday, May the 18th. Leicester played over the top. Wells is chasing it as well. The defender allowed it to bounce. Can Wells get it? He does, and he scores! Nahki Wells through the goalkeeper's legs, and the tie is level. Nahki Wells with his 24th goal of the season. It's Burton 0, City 1. And then McCardle comes to win it with a powerful header up towards Hansen, who gets his head on it. Wells, he runs up the loose ball. Can he get it around the last defender? He's rode one challenge and another, pokes it for Hansen. He strikes and scores! What a finish from James Hansen! His 50th goal for the Bantams, and he'll not score a more important one. Is that the goal that will take City to Wembley? They lead by 2-0. That's a lovely turn from Magoma. Gary Thompson's going to have to work back in here. Magoma's up to the edge of the box. Thompson, what a silly challenge that is. And it's a penalty. He looks to the sky for inspiration, the City keeper, as Magoma steps up and he puts it in the top corner. And it's level. Burton back in the game. City lead by 2-1. But it's all square. It's up towards Hansen. Gets up early. Wins it. Wells is in there. Can he spin? He does. And he scores. Nahki Wells has put City back in the driving seat. Nahki Wells with his 3rd goal in this playoff. And the Bantams lead by 3-1. We are into the final 10 seconds of the 6 minutes of added time as it's launched up the field looking for Wells. Atkinson backing up, volleys it into the Burton fans. The referee takes a look at the watch. Blow that whistle, because City are nearly there. They are nearly there. Referee has got the whistle in his mouth, and they are there. It's the 2nd Wembley appearance of the season. The lads are jumping around. The fans behind the goal salute the players. This has been a magnificent effort, and for the 2nd time this season, the Bantams will go to Wembley.
So yet again in this incredible season, the odds were defied, and Northampton Town now stood in the way of a promotion back to League One. The Cobblers elected for the customary suit fitting and a tour of Wembley, but for the Bantams, it was only ever about the game. After all, they've been there and done that, and after 64 games, exactly 8 months, and a journey that began back in August, City swept aside their opponents with a devastating first-half performance.
The teams are lined up at Wembley Stadium. We are ready to go for the League Two playoff final. The whole season rests on this. He will clear it up the pitch towards Hansen, who's being pushed, shoved, and he does well to get his header to Naki Wells, who picks out Kyle Reid. This could be a chance, edge of the box. Reid, he drops the shoulder. Can he produce something? Tozer, he's big and strong, but so is Reid. Reid, who picks out Meredith, who's got a good crossing chance towards the back post. Hansen's in there, too high for him. Breaks for Gary Thompson, hooks it towards the back post. Hansen with a header! Yes! James Hansen has scored! The local boy has delivered again, and City are ahead in the playoff final. It's City 1, Northampton 0. Everybody bar Di Montagnac back to defend this for Northampton. It's taken short. Reid gives it back to Gary Jones, back to Reid, and it's wasted a little bit, isn't it? Now Reid's managed to sidestep the challenge. Good crossing chance this. Tries to pick out Davis at the back post, but he overhits it. Doyle will retrieve it, puts it in again, chance! Yeah! What a second goal! And it's Rory McArdle! City could be heading back to League One after a 6-year stay in the bottom division. They have started this game very, very well. 90 minutes on the watch, and they lead by 2-0. Cuts it back for Reid, angle of the 18-yard box. Stands one up towards the back post. Thompson's in there. Thompson with a header. Well, surely. Yes! He's got the third goal. He just loves scoring against Northampton, and he's done it again. And City could be home and hose before half-time here. They are heading back to League One. They lead by 3-0.
Come on, ref.
Derby puts it out of play for a throw. We have played 4 minutes of added time. The referee looks at the watch at Wembley Stadium.
That's it.
He has got the whistle in his mouth at Wembley Stadium. Yeah. And it's all over. City are promoted to League One. The season that has kept on giving has given us a perfect finish at Wembley Stadium. A wonderful performance from the Bantams. And after 6 years in League Two, City are back in League One.
So the season ending on an ultimate high, and it meant everything to the fans and the players.
Well, a couple more years ago, I didn't have a club, and in the season after that, I was playing Conference North, so before Conference. So yeah, it's fantastic, and I'm really happy. And I think this season we've done the fans proud, and we've done ourselves proud, and everyone involved. So I'm really delighted.
So it's quite emotional, to be fair, because what we've achieved this season, you know, it's quite incredible. And for these supporters as well, you know, that they're the reason why we're here. You know, this club's so well supported, so that's the reason why we're here. And I'm just delighted that we can give them something back.
Marcar de autor de un gol en el partido de ida. Lo va a pegar Jones, el capitán. El centro de Gary Jones. El remate cabezazo, gol.
Today we're in dreamland, we're history makers. Past latics and gunners and villains, our heroes have come. We fought through extra time, our penalties were sublime. In claret and amber, a team to remember for years. So we live this dream, sing for our team, we'll be the extra man. We are the spirit of Bradford City. We're off to Wembley, Phil Parkinson's army. Hansen and Thompson and Naki, McArdle, McHugh. impassable, perform the impossible. Nothing can take this achievement away from us now. So we'll live this dream, we'll sing for our team, we'll be the extra man. We are the spirit, we are the spirit of Bradford City.
Atkinson, Oliver Hines, Ravenhill, Davis, McLaughlin, Meredith, Turgott, Doyle and Reed, Connell, Goodbaker and Jones.
We've stuck through the hard times, freezing cold Tuesday nights, keeping the faith and supporting you through thick and thin. Flying our flag high, hear our battle cry. We're city till we die. So we'll live this dream, we'll sing for our team, we'll be the extra man. We are the spirits, we are the spirits of Bradford City. So we live this dream, sing for our team, we'll be the extra man. We are the spirits, we are the spirits of Bradford City. Yes, we live this dream, we'll sing for our team, we'll be the extra man.